a shadow of doubt. The 1st of March, 2023. They say a man's life can change in an instant. For me, that instant was when the police knocked on my door. I had been sitting in my small apartment, reading a book, when the heavy pounding shattered the quiet evening. My name is Daniel Miller, and this is the story of how my life spiraled into chaos, all because of a murder I swear I didn't commit. The 3rd of March, 2023. I was arrested 2 days ago, charged with the murder of Emily Parker. Emily was my ex-girlfriend, and we had ended things on bad terms about 6 months ago. She was found dead in her apartment, and the police seemed convinced I was the one responsible. They claimed they had evidence, texts, emails, and even witnesses who saw us arguing the night before she was killed. I'll admit, we argued, but I didn't kill her. I loved Emily, even if things had turned sour between us. The last time I saw her, we had a heated argument about some money she claimed I owed her. I left her apartment angry and frustrated, but I didn't lay a finger on her. The next thing I knew, I was being hauled into the police station, accused of murder. The 5th of March, 2023. My lawyer, Sarah Blake, came to see me today. She's a public defender, overworked and underpaid, but she seems competent. She believes in my innocence, or at least she says she does. We went over the evidence the prosecution has against me. It doesn't look good. The texts and emails paint a picture of a tumultuous relationship, full of anger and resentment. There are witnesses who claim they saw me near Emily's apartment around the time of her death. And then there's the motive, the money Emily said I owed her. According to the police, it was a significant amount, enough to drive someone to murder. But I know the truth. I didn't kill Emily. Someone else did, and I have to find out who. The 10th of March, 2023. Sarah and I spent the last few days going over every detail of my relationship with Emily. We talked about the good times and the bad, trying to find something, anything, that could prove my innocence. I told her about Emily's friends, her family, and anyone who might have had a reason to hurt her. One name kept coming up: Brian. Brian was Emily's new boyfriend, a guy she had started seeing shortly after we broke up. He had a temper, and Emily had mentioned a few times that he could be possessive. I told Sarah about the time Brian threatened me, telling me to stay away from Emily or else. Sarah decided to look into Brian. Maybe he had something to do with Emily's death. I could only hope that she would find something that would point the police in his direction and away from me. The 15th of March, 2023. Sarah found out that Brian has a criminal record. Assault charges, mostly. He had been in and out of trouble since he was a teenager. Sarah thinks we might be able to use this to create reasonable doubt, to show that someone else had a motive to kill Emily. But it's not enough. We need more. I spent most of today thinking about Emily. She was beautiful, smart, and kind. But she also had a darker side, one that she rarely showed to anyone. She could be manipulative, using her charm to get what she wanted. I don't say this to speak ill of the dead, but to understand why someone might have wanted to hurt her. I don't know what Brian and Emily's relationship was like, but I can imagine it wasn't all sunshine and roses. If he had a temper, and Emily pushed his buttons the way she sometimes pushed mine, it could have ended badly. I just need to prove it. The 20th of March, 2023. Sarah managed to get in touch with one of Emily's friends, Lisa. Lisa was reluctant to talk at first, but she eventually opened up. She said that Emily and Brian had been fighting a lot recently. She mentioned a particularly bad argument they had the night before Emily was killed. According to Lisa, Brian had been drinking, and things got out of hand. This is the break we needed. If we can prove that Brian was with Emily the night she died, it could exonerate me. Sarah is going to subpoena phone records and try to get access to any surveillance footage from around Emily's apartment. The 25th of March, 2023. The phone records came in today. They show that Brian called Emily several times the night she was killed. The last call was made just minutes before the time of death estimated by the coroner. This is huge. It places Brian at the scene, or at least in contact with Emily, at the time of her death. Sarah is confident we can use this to create reasonable doubt, but I'm not satisfied with just reasonable doubt. I want to prove my innocence beyond a shadow of a doubt. I want the real killer to be caught and punished. The 30th of March, 2023. Today was the preliminary hearing. The prosecution laid out their case, and Sarah presented the new evidence we had gathered. The judge agreed to allow the phone records and Lisa's testimony. It was a small victory, but it gave me hope. Brian was in the courtroom, and I couldn't help but watch him. He looked nervous, shifting in his seat, avoiding eye contact. I don't know if he's guilty, but he certainly seems like he has something to hide. The 5th of April, 2023. Sarah managed to get access to some surveillance footage from a nearby store. It shows Brian walking towards Emily's apartment around the time she was killed. It's not a smoking gun, but it's another piece of the puzzle. We're building a case, bit by bit. I've been thinking a lot about the night Emily died, trying to remember every detail, every word spoken. It's all a blur, but I keep coming back to one thing. The argument. We argued about the money, yes, but there was something else. She mentioned Brian, said he was jealous, that he didn't like me coming around. It was like she was warning me, in a way. The 10th of April, 2023. The trial started today. The prosecution painted me as a jealous ex-boyfriend who couldn't let go, who killed Emily in a fit of rage. They presented the texts, the emails, the witnesses who saw us arguing. It was hard to listen to, knowing that none of it told the whole story. Sarah did her best to counter their narrative. She presented the phone records, the surveillance footage, and Lisa's testimony. She argued that Brian had a motive, that he was violent and possessive. The jury listened, but I could see the doubt in their eyes. They weren't convinced. The 15th of April, 2023. Brian took the stand today. He denied everything. Of course. He claimed he was at home the night Emily was killed, that he and Emily had a good relationship, that he had no reason to hurt her. He was convincing. I'll give him that. But I could see the cracks in his facade. He was hiding something. Sarah cross-examined him, asking about the phone calls, the surveillance footage, the arguments. He had explanations for everything, but they felt rehearsed, like he had practiced them over and over. I could see the jury wavering, unsure of who to believe. The 20th of April, 2023. The defense rested today. It's all in the jury's hands now. I've done everything I can to prove my innocence, but it's out of my control. All I can do is wait and hope. I spent most of today in my cell, thinking about Emily, about what might have been if things had turned out differently. I still can't believe she's gone, and I can't believe that I'm sitting here, accused of her murder. The 25th of April, 2023. The jury came back with a verdict today. Not guilty. I should be relieved, and I am, to some extent, but there's a lingering sense of unease. Brian is still out there, and I'm not sure if he'll ever face justice for what he did. Sarah told me that we could push for a new investigation, try to get the police to focus on Brian, but I'm tired. This whole ordeal has drained me, and I just want to move on with my life. Maybe in time, I'll find the strength to fight again, but for now, I need to heal. The 1st of May, 2023. It's been a week since the verdict, and I'm slowly starting to rebuild my life. I got my old job back, and my friends and family have been supportive, but there's a part of me that can't let go of what happened. I keep thinking about Emily, about the life we could have had, and about the man who took it all away. I know I should let it go, move on, but I can't. Not yet. I need answers. I need to know why. And I need to make sure that Brian pays for what he did. The 5th of May, 2023. I decided to do some investigating on my own. I went to Emily's apartment, hoping to find something the police might have missed. It was eerie, being back there. The place was still sealed off, but I managed to get inside. I searched through her things, looking for anything that might point to Brian. And then I found it. A journal, hidden in a drawer. Emily's journal. I took it with me, knowing it might hold the answers.
Share your thoughts below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can check out more videos like these right now.